today we're going to fix this faucet. It has a very low flow on both hot and cold. So if you want to know how to go from this trickle to this full flow, stick with this video. Okay, we got the outside water turned off and we've bled the pressure off the line. So now we're going to take these two shutoff valves and remove them. I'll start by disconnecting the 3/8 fitting on top and take the hose off. Okay, we've broken the valve loose. Now we're just going to unscrew it and take it off. We just took this valve off and it's full of trash here on the inside. So that's telling me we might have trash further in the line too, between this and the faucet. Here's a shot of the hose. You can even see the trash in the hose. This hose comes off of the valve and goes up to the faucet. This is the valve we took out. And you can see we got trash in it right here. So I'm going to try to pick that out. It's very hard. It's actually solder. So what happened was whoever soldered this used too much solder to solder the joint, and you got excess in there, and they never flushed the lines. And this is a result. This is all solder that was pulled out of this valve. Some of it has made its way past the valve and is in the line that goes to the faucet too. And that's one reason we couldn't close this valve, because all that solder was in there. And this valve wouldn't close. Now it closes fine. That's the hot water. The cold water didn't have anything in it. And it closed once we got it off. It was fine. Okay, what we're doing to here is just putting a stick in the pipe just to see if we got any more trash that's going to come out. Any more solder or trash might come out the pipe.
Yeah.
Coming out?
Yeah, tons.
We're finding a lot more solder right here in the pipe, so we're trying to make sure we get all of that out.
All right, I think I got it.
So normally when you undo this, you have a nut, a ferrule, and the valve. Most of the time you can't get this. You have trouble getting this ferrule off. So what we're doing underneath there is we're just going to replace the valve and reuse the nut and the ferrule that's on the pipe. So we're going to go ahead and get the new valve put on. So we've taped up and put tape on the valve. We're ready to install the valve. Hold back up on, get the valve where you position where you want it, then tighten the nut that's on the pipe. Okay, you can see we got our new valves back on and we got the water turned back. We're going to remove the handle off. Just turn it with an Allen wrench. Remove it. And we're going to pull the cartridge out of here and see if it's got material in it, plug in it also. Okay, we're taking the top ring off. Okay, this is the valve that came off of the faucet. Looking into it, it looks pretty clean. We've checked all the orifices. So this is probably reusable. We're going to put it back on and see. So we're at the faucet nozzle here. We're just tapping and we're getting some material out. You can see little pieces coming out. So make sure that's clear also. We inspected inside the nozzle. We found solder pieces inside of it too, small pieces. So make sure it's not being plugged also. Okay, we're taking this piece off the nozzle. You can see this nozzle is pretty plugged up inside the nozzle. We're going to clean all that out. There are parts, there's solder inside the water screen that's inside the nozzle too. Okay, I'm taking a pipe cleaner, going into each one of these nozzle holes and making sure they're open. I'll work my way around, just make sure each one is open. Is that wide open?
That's wide open.
Okay, when we turned it on, we're still getting low flow, so this hose must be, the hose that feeds the nozzle must have something in it also. So we're just going to blow some water pressure from this pump up container and reverse it back through there, and I'm gonna catch it on the bottom with the cup. Two little pieces came out. Okay, it looks like we were successful with the backflow. You can see how hard. You can see how hard it flowed down. So there was something in the hose when we put a little bit of pressure and flow backward on it that opened it up. So now we got this thing ready to go. Final result. That's flowing about as good as you can expect. So again, it just solder build up in the line, causing it to flow. Okay, here's a final shot of all the solder that we got out of the line. So plumber uses too much solder, it's going to build up inside the line and then it's going to show up somewhere. So when you solder, try not to overdo it. After you solder, you should always flush your lines and make sure you get all the trash out of it. They've been living with this faucet for over a year. The wife was out of town when we fixed it, and this is her reaction when she saw it for the first time.
The American Airlines thing. No way! Stop it!
If this video was helpful, please hit the like button and think about subscribing to see more videos. Thank you.